Hey, what up? It's your boy Lucas. It's your boy Mo Crosby. We're coming to you with another episode of Lucas and Mo versus the World. Yeah, it's the second episode, and I hope you guys really enjoy this one.
Welcome back, knuckleheads. Today's topics: Netflix downfall.
Really?
Quentin Tarantino getting $100 million movie. Comics versus the movies. But first, we're going to start with Jerry Jones versus the NFL. Anybody out there? I know y'all saw the news. Recently, it came out that Jerry Jones was petitioning for Roger Goodell to not be given a contract extension, and he wanted all NFL owners to have say-so on it. Just completely forgetting that in May they made a deal where the competition committee would pick Goodell's contract, and that's what all the owners would have to go with. Come on, the fuck is wrong?
Yo, Jerry Jones has money. I think that's what it is. He has money, and he just feels like his money can do anything for him, which is really funny because last year, remember with the whole thing with Tom Brady and the whole thing with was it Deflategate, whatever that shit was with Tom Brady, whatever the hell it was with Tom Brady, Jerry Jones came out and many times said, I support Roger Goodell 100% behind every decision. I think it's starting to look like Jerry Jones is not liking the fact that Roger is saying whatever happened with Ezekiel, we're suspending that little nigga, and Jerry Jones don't like it. So now Jerry Jones is changing his mouth. And that's what it looks like. He's turning coat, and it's crazy. But again, it comes down to the fact that I have money, and I really could think that my money can get me anything, and that's what I think it is. That's the way it looks like to me. I mean, Jamel Hill said it best. This is laughable. Like, come on, this is funny, Jerry. Get out of here, man. This is not going anywhere.
Funny games until that suspension came down on his team.
Right.
Jerry Jones was like, "Wait, nigga, no, I didn't agree to this. You can't suspend him." Come on, people. Let's be realistic here. Jerry Jones is a very interesting person in the NFL.
Yeah.
Supposedly, he has power. Supposedly. And he probably thought he had power up until yesterday. And he realized, not only one, you're not the richest owner in the NFL. And I don't believe he's in the top 10 richest owners in the NFL. And he's not the most powerful owner in the NFL. That's the guy currently owns the New England Patriots.
Bob motherfucking
He's the
Kraft.
most powerful person in the NFL.
Yep.
So, when you decided to make fun, Tom Brady got suspended last year, but you saw that Robert Kraft quickly lined up with the league and said, hey, that's what y'all got to do? Go ahead and do it. Jerry Jones don't have that luxury because ain't like the Cowboys going to win a Super Bowl and somebody's going to have to go back to Dallas to do anything.
Exactly.
Fuck Jerry Jones. He is a spoiled old rich kid who clearly, like, look here, we're talking about this, and we're not even talking about the racist remarks he made that came out the same day.
A lot.
Like, come on, man. Like, this dude and Cowboy fans are so fucking delusional. I don't know why they thought that Jerry Jones could threaten to sue the NFL and something bad would happen. Yes, something's bad going to happen. The NFL's going to fucking take the Cowboys away from them because they can. Yes. In the fucking bylaws that they can take the team away from him.
And I think, you know what's funny? That might be the best thing that could happen to the Cowboys if they say, you know what, Jerry, goodbye, take your money, take your just go. Because it's not even a stadium anymore. It was Jerry World at one point, now it's AT&T Stadium. So bye, nigga, like, we don't need you.
Jerry Jones is living more off the past success of the Cowboys than Eddie Murphy lives off the past success of his movie. This is some bullshit. Like, the Cowboys aren't relevant. If Eddie Murphy ain't relevant, the Cowboys ain't relevant. Because guess what? They were both relevant at the same fucking time.
At the same time. Like, they both had their highs at the same time.
Yes. Nobody cares about Eddie Murphy anymore. No one should care about the Cowboys.
Ooh. I don't think the Cowboys fans that listen to the show is going to like that. But anyways.
Fuck all you Cowboy fans. Fucking losers.
Look, I can't talk because my team is trash this year. My team was trash last year, and I don't want to talk. My quarterback ain't even starting. Has not started a game since when he left, I think, week 8 last year. So I'm not going to talk about football to anyone else.
You're not going to talk about it, Mo, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
not going to bring up my team because I don't want anybody to be upset because I like winners. What I'm going to say is we're playing it simple here.
Yes.
Mo likes the Colts. The Colts don't go out their way bragging about their team. Cowboy fans go out their way bragging about their team.
This is very true.
Being fucking average.
This is very true.
Do you? If a woman who was a 5 walked down the street like she was a 10 every day, you would be like,
they would call her out.
What's wrong with you?
They would call her out. They would
That's
call
a
her out.
Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Cowboys fans is that 5 woman who walks down the street like she a 10 every day.
Every day. Or
every day.
You know,
that's what Cowboy fans are.
Or how about this? How about this? Let's be nicer. Let's be nicer. She was a 10 when she was in her 20s. She's now in like her 50s, and she's like a rough. She smoked and she drank. She's a rough maybe 4, and she still carries herself like she's a 10. No, man, go sit down. You're not a 10 anymore.
You don't call herself America's woman.
Yes. No.
You ain't there. You ain't there.
No.
Come on. Come on.
All right. We're still talking about a lot of money right now. So let's go into Sony, who likes to just spend money anyhow, just saying, hey, Quentin, you got a movie coming out. We got $100 million for you. We're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give you this movie $100 million. We're gonna give you $100 million for your Manson family movie, which I'm scratching my head. I usually defend Quentin Tarantino in a bunch of his movies, but I cannot defend this one as much. But you know what? Film director, do whatever you want to do. But I'm scratching my head more at Sony dropping $100 million. Lucas, you said they gave him everything. They gave him the whole thing.
Sony gave Quentin Tarantino script approval.
Yes.
I know most people don't understand. Directors don't normally get that. They gave him 100% script approval. They gave him final cut approval. And a lot of behind-the-scenes creative control over almost everything with this movie.
So do you call him an executive producer?
Quentin Tarantino has never had a budget this big before in the movie. And you want to say it's a reason he hasn't had a budget this big, but Quentin movies at times make money. Hateful Eight,
Hateful Eight I think was Django. The only one that didn't make that failed as a Quentin Tarantino.
That's not even the best part of this story. I fucking applaud Sony. Give me clapping. I'm applauding Sony because what you did possibly guarantee you an Oscar movie. Awesome move by doing that. Awesome move.
You think $100 million is worth that?
It is when they're talking about the person who they're looking at star in this movie is Tom Cruise. Yes, you heard me. Quentin Tarantino is currently looking at Tom Cruise to star in his movie about Charles Manson.
So
he fucking gets Tom Cruise to play Charles Manson. Listen here. I understand some of y'all out there don't understand just how good of an actor Tom Cruise is.
I think
you go see American Made.
Yo,
you don't.
I think Tom Cruise is the most underrated.
Listen, dude. I'm telling you, Mo. Is it crazy? Like, if he plays Charles Manson, that's it.
Yep.
That's it. He gonna get his Oscar.
I think that's gonna be it. Because you know what? I saw, let me tell you when I saw, for me, the change for Tom Cruise, where I'm like, yo, this guy is a different level of actor. Collateral, and then he went and did Tropic Thunder. And you know what's so funny about that role in Tropic Thunder? A lot of people may not like it. Do you know I didn't recognize Tom Cruise in that role? When
Tropic Thunder,
when I found out that was Tom Cruise as the Hollywood, exec, as that guy, I was like, yo, why isn't Tom Cruise being talked about more in this movie? Because this was a different side of Tom Cruise. Like, usually we see Tom Cruise doing the Tom Cruise thing, running, fighting. Because I think it's in a contract for Tom.
Tom Cruise is the best runner ever. Fuck what y'all heard. I've seen women sports people run. Nobody run like Tom Cruise runs.
Yeah. If Quentin Tarantino gets him in this movie, do you know he's gonna run in this movie, right?
That's a better run. But again, it's not just Tom Cruise he's looking at, because he's also, not for excluding any of these other people that I'm about to name, because they're also looking at them too. But he's also looking at Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh man!
And they're not saying he's not looking at all of them for this movie, meaning he has roles that all of them can play.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
he wants an
$100
Oscar.
million may come in hand. If he puts a cast together that big.
Yeah.
This movie could be so dope. It's gonna be good. Expensive as fuck. But man, this movie could be so dope.
That's gonna be his most expensive movie to date.
He could have made the last two Quentin Tarantino movies for $100 million. For the budget of this one. Like, again, but Quentin has already said he's on his short time period, meaning that he's not going to be making movies for much longer.
Oh, okay.
So he's probably like, dude, let me make $100 million movie. I want to know what it's like to have this size of a budget.
Damn.
Let me make a movie with Tom Cruise. You know, did one with Leo already. You did one with Brad Pitt already.
Right.
If he could get Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt to do another movie together and get Leo in a awesome supporting. Because here's the thing. Yeah, I always mention Tom Cruise playing Charles Manson, but they're just saying he was looking for him to star in a part in this movie.
Damn it.
What happens if he brings on Tom Cruise as the guy who hunts down Charles Manson, who was played by Brad Pitt, and then Leonardo DiCaprio plays one of the people who's mesmerized by Brad Pitt?
Yo.
Nigga.
Yo.
Listen,
yeah, it's a wrap.
Listen,
you know what? You just painted this. I mean, again, it's 100. Look, I can see what you're painting. I can see the picture you're painting. But I'm just looking at $100 million. But then you just made it so that $100 million has paid for those three actors alone. Those three actors.
Exactly.
That's where that $100 million went.
Keep in mind though, all of them take pay cuts for Quentin.
Oh no, they do.
You do a
they
Quentin
do
movie,
because Brad Pitt took a huge one for what's it called? Inglorious.
Leo
took a big one. A stupid cut. Oh my god, it was
Django.
huge for Django. And didn't he almost win supporting?
He was nominated for
Best Supporting Actor. So yeah, he'll come back.
So recently I've been watching a lot of television.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a lot of Netflix.
'Tis the season.
Am I the only one who's noticing that Netflix shows aren't as good as they used to be? So, make me think, Mo. Are we going to a point where Netflix, not only is their quality dropping, but the ratings dropping? It has dropped a huge show this weekend that almost seems like nobody really knows about unless you're part of that whole audience.
Yeah.
What's your views on Netflix right now, Mo?
Look, man. What was the show they dropped? Mindhunter? Like, okay, I think I read.
Huge show.
Yeah.
A huge show with a huge budget that they just dropped out the blue on people.
Yeah. That came out the blue, which is crazy because that's with the creatives behind that show, I think that should have been bigger. It should have been announced more, but that went, so under the radar. I think the thing with Netflix is, they have this deal with T-Mobile where if you have, any new T-Mobile customer has Netflix, I think, for life or whatever. But I think the thing with Netflix right now is, I think I read an article maybe a month ago or a couple months ago, that they're trying to make 80 movies next year, or trying to make 80 originals, a huge number of original movies next year. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have said this. Netflix has quality, but they also have a lot of shit. So if you do that number, I think you're already telling us that, yeah, we don't give a shit about the quality. We just want to put a lot of shit out. We just want people to come in. We just want the numbers. I think Netflix right now is doing for the number shit because Stranger Things I watched all of it. But then if you watched all of Stranger Things season 2, you're thinking, damn, okay, maybe the last 3 episodes, that's what was really good about it. If you watch Daredevil, it took me 3 days to get through Daredevil episode 1. 3 days. And I am in your community, people. I love comic books. I love comic book TV. I love comic book movies. It took me 3 whole days to get past it. And then after getting past it, I was like, okay, this seems to be okay. I only have 1 episode out of that 13 episode stretch. And I'm like, yo, I will watch this episode again and again and again. And that's episode 10. That's 13 whole episodes and only 1 episode that I want to watch again. Yeah, Netflix is losing quality. And if you lose quality, I think you're going to start losing fans. It might be because, Netflix might be restructuring because the whole thing with Marvel, makes them want to change their direction. I don't know, man. I'm starting to lose. I mean, I did watch Mindhunters all the way through, but Stranger Things 2, which are their bigger shows, the Stranger Things and then the Marvel stuff. Yeah, even Defenders was crappy. It's disappointing. It's really disappointing.
The with Netflix. Netflix, unfortunately, is now a television.
Yes.
Because they're a television network, they're going to have to start producing content like television.
Yes.
And when you read articles that Netflix is $20 billion in debt, the reason why is because they're buying up everything humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like Mo said, they want, 80 forms of new content next year?
Yeah.
That don't mean that they're going to be Netflix productions, people.
Yes.
What that means is they're going to hit these film circuits,
mm-hmm.
they're going to hit these television markets,
mm-hmm.
and they're going to buy up everything they possibly can that they think can fit this network.
Right.
Because they now realize, and I hope everybody else realizes, Netflix's number one competition is HBO.
Yes.
It ain't Hulu.
Yes.
It ain't Amazon Prime. It's HBO.
Mm-hmm.
And they're now attempting to compete with HBO. Because it's only a matter of time before Netflix becomes a cable channel.
Yeah.
A full integrated cable channel.
Yeah.
That's something you have to go through an app, your cable service, to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And Netflix understands that. So that's why you get all these fuckity fuck shows. Like, come on, dude. Did y'all really need a Punisher show? Not necessary. I know. Again,
but not maybe not 13 episodes.
Our community, so he's going to say yes.
No. I'll say this. I'll say this. Yes and no, but if you were gonna give us one, not 13 fucking episodes where you drag a very simple story to 13 episodes, make it so hard to watch. After watching it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this again. I will not do this again. It's oh my god.
Those let y'all in the community get to them. Because the real answer there is, fuck no, you didn't need a Punisher show. What the fuck for?
Everything he did.
Show
everything he did in Daredevil season 2 was way better than everything he did in this show.
You don't need any of this shit. This shit is here's the thing. Netflix is going to keep on producing content. We gave you Super 8 and extended it for 9 fucking episodes, and then changed the name of it to Stranger Things, and y'all tuned into it. They're doing the same thing with these fucking Marvel shows. There's not been one show that they produced for Marvel that you could not have eliminated at least 4 episodes from, and not had the series still make sense.
Right. Especially Luke Cage.
A lot.
Luke Cage.
A lot. Netflix understands that. And that's why they don't hype certain shows up. Like, Mindhunter should have been hyped like shit. It's done by David Fincher.
Yes.
And you don't even bring the fucking name of the show up. And then you sneak out these other shows because you're thinking people are going to find it because it's Netflix. Mm-hmm. That does not happen.
Nope.
How many movies have Netflix released? Original content movies in the last 2 months? About 8. How many have people watched? About none.
You know what's so funny?
They don't do good with promotion.
No, they don't.
They're great at buying
really
content.
Yes.
They don't know how to promote content.
Yes.
And instead, they've been promoting the fuck out of this Will Smith movie that should flop.
Oh my god, that's what I was going to talk about. I'm like, how the fuck does anyone think that looks good? How the fuck did David Ayer convince you to give him $90 million coming off of Suicide Squad?
David Ayer has proven that he is the equivalent of a one-hit wonder in music.
Like,
In the Watch was great. And he's made movies since then to prove that he should not make movies ever.
He made that dumbass. You know what pissed me off was when I found out that David Ayer, that dumbass Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, he made that shit.
Yes.
I'm like,
one that was in the one that tried to go point for point like In the Watch. Again, this guy's surviving off of that.
I'm like,
and Netflix gave him $90 million to make a movie with Will Smith.
I'm like, he did Fury, which again I think was more of the actors than David Ayer. But how do you convince Netflix after seeing what you did with, like, he must know how to talk to people.
Who know better?
Okay,
Netflix does
that's
not
probably
have
what
people
it is.
in charge.
That's probably what it is.
Actually knows what. This is the same network that spent $8 million per episode for Sense 8. A show
or the fact that
transgender and the
LGBTQ. Get it right. Hey,
see, something else in there.
All of you.
Get all the letters right.
I don't know all the letters, but all of you that listen to the show, hold on. Let me make the disclaimer real quick. All of you in the community that listen to the show, I love you. I have no beef with you. It's just the fact that Netflix paid so much money for that show.
The issue is, again, not with the community. The issue is very simple here. That is a show that is geared to a certain audience that's never going to expand because the show makes people uncomfortable. I love Sense8.
Oh yeah, we love Sense8.
I love every orgy scene in it. I didn't care if 2 men was kissing. I didn't
Nope.
care if 2 women was kissing. I didn't care what was happening. It was all super awesome to me.
Yes.
But I also understand that regular audience, American audience.
Oh yeah, your evangelical audience is not going to tune into that show.
You're spending $9 million per episode on The Crown. The Crown,
which is a good show, nonetheless.
Downton Abbey. You're spending that much on that? Are you fucking? There's no way hell you're making money back off.
No.
Shit like
Hold on. Didn't they have to cancel? They did the Get Down, which again was a lot of money that was into that show.
And maybe this is why they made Bright. This is what Netflix thinking is. The first episode of The Get Down cost Netflix $135 million.
That was dumb.
On one fucking episode.
Because I would
not on the season.
Yeah.
Not on all the episodes. On the first episode, they spent $135 million.
That's dumb because I didn't even like the first episode that much.
No, but they shot the first episode. We threw everything out and had to reshoot the first episode.
Oh yeah, that's
why I got $30 million.
That's
so they probably thinking, look, if we spent $95 million on a Will Smith movie, here's the thing: American audiences, that movie may premiere. I would say, Lucas is tracking. You got to be tracking between $12 to $18 million opening weekend.
Right.
Seem like that much, but if internationally it makes enough money that they can also put that on their network, to get people to purchase it more. Hey, more power to you. Right. But again, it still makes no sense.
Wait, time out.
And that's part of Netflix's downfall.
Time out. That movie Bright is going into theaters?
Yes.
Oh fuck no.
Yes, it's not gonna release straight on Netflix.
Oh fuck no. I was like, yeah, I'll wait for that to watch that on Netflix. I'm not right now you've heard it here. I'm not going to I'm probably not even gonna screen that movie. I will wait for it to come out on Netflix.
You're gonna have to go to theaters to see Bright.
Nah, dude. Nah, you will not make me go sit down through another bad movie. Not drunk. No.
It may be good. It may be good. I'm just saying Netflix.
It doesn't look good to me. It doesn't look good to me. The prosthetic, nothing about that movie looks good to me. As soon as I saw the first trailer, I'm like, this is not. Well, again, I thought, let me see, what other movie did I think was? I thought King Arthur. After seeing the first trailer, I was like, oh, this looks really good. Yeah. So I've been wrong, and I will be okay with being wrong on this one. But it doesn't look good to me. You know what's funny about Netflix? Marco Polo, a show that I liked, not necessarily because of the main actor, because again of the supporting cast. When I heard how much that show was costing to make, and it got canceled in the second season, and that was supposed to be their Game of Thrones like competition.
Oh, Marco Polo.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch that show.
What? You see? Okay, yeah. For whatever reason you didn't watch it. It wasn't up to par, but it was watchable.
Well, it's only the name. Every time I think of it, I think of the song Marco Polo. Marco. Like, I'm not fucking watching that. Like, no, fuck out of here, Netflix.
What, the go-go version?
Exactly. Fuck you, Netflix. Like, you're gonna fucking suck, and it's fine. Hopefully, you don't completely collapse and fall apart under the weight. Yeah. Again, all you people with your mouse hands up, that's gonna be a running theme for me in this show. All their mouse hands, and you Disney niggas with your fist up. Don't think that Netflix is gonna fall because of Marvel.
No, they're not. That's not the reason they're gonna fall. Netflix is gonna buckle under their own weight, not because look,
put much pressure on themselves.
Yeah.
To be a network.
Yeah. And that's why they're gonna fail. They're gonna buckle under their own weight, not because of Marvel, because they've already positioned themselves.
Somebody comes in and scoop their asses up.
Which I think, you know what? What? Who?
Facebook.
Oh,
if one of those come in and scoop Netflix up.
If Facebook does that, yeah, it's a wrap.
Hey, Facebook got the money.
They do.
Facebook has the
Mark Zuckerberg got the bread. He got the bread.
I mean, Facebook is number 4, the most valuable company in the world.
Shoot.
valued at what, $380 billion. I'm pretty sure they can give Netflix the $6 billion it would take to buy them.
You remember when Facebook wanted to buy Snapchat, and those dumb motherfuckers said no. And what did they do? They went and said, "We got Instagram."
Integrated everything into Instagram, as Snapchat does, and now Snapchat is losing money left and right because they don't know what to do.
Hold on, you got WhatsApp, because Facebook owns that. You have stories on WhatsApp, you have stories on Facebook, you have Instagram stories.
Now just imagine Facebook buying Netflix and combining all of that.
You can do stories on Facebook
with the Netflix and chill
on Netflix. It is you see.
It integrates perfectly into Facebook.
That's the thing. People don't think about all these things. They just think, oh, but you know what's so funny? Because speaking of a blogger, one of them, I think you might know him. It's a him, or there's two of them. It's a him and a her. Initials JC and the other is G. Beyond the trailer. They both came out and said if Marvel's gonna pull out, Netflix is done as soon as that happened. And I was like, that's impossible.
Oh, that's because they're stupid.
Yes,
that's because they're stupid.
That's impossible.
I mean, I think people may have thought that up until Netflix released their ratings and they realized that out their top 10 shows, there's not a single Marvel show.
Stranger Things is better than every Marvel. Yes, we don't need your shit.
Yeah, they're proving the point. Like, I'm sorry, there's not enough content for Marvel for it to matter to Netflix.
Yeah, it's
like legit. Netflix makes the money off of their content. It's
no one's
who the fuck is tuning into Netflix to watch an old Marvel?
Yeah, exactly. You have more people tuning in to watch Voltron.
Who the fuck
episodes of Voltron?
What losers? None of you losers out there is actually watching old Marvel.
No, I don't think anyone watches old Marvel. I think you binge it that one weekend and it's done. I think there are people that actually go back again and watch it twice, but to me, it's that one.
Remember how long ago it was that The Punisher came out?
We should do a Punisher. We should do a Punisher.
That's my point. I know how long ago The Punisher came out.
What are you talking about?
It came out a month ago.
Wait, it came out this weekend.
It came out this weekend.
It was so not talked about. Because again, the biggest thing everyone cared about was Justice League. It's so funny. People, there were people who came out with think pieces when Netflix said, "Oh, by the way, this show is gonna come out on the 17th." There were people who came out with think pieces saying, "Oh my God, Marvel's trying to be petty." Nigga, what? The best thing that could have happened to that Punisher show was to go under that Justice League weekend, because everyone was going to be talking about Justice League. No one is going to talk about how shitty or how hard to watch your show is.
Not even that, Mo. You missed the point there, Mo. I'm going to make it for you, though.
Please.
Hey, the book fuckheads. I'm always going to call you all that. It was a big comic book movie that came out this weekend. The movie lasted for 2 hours. Not think that Marvel didn't say, hey, this be a perfect time to release a show that you can watch after the movie. You're already hyped up on this genre by seeing a fucking movie. That's why you release a fucking show behind it.
Right.
Put two and two together.
Yes,
it's that's
actually better. That's actually better than what I was trying to say.
It's a smart business move. Yes, I'm gonna release Punisher this next weekend.
Yeah.
With Justice League. Because you're gonna go see the Justice League. You're gonna go get your fucking popcorn. You're gonna sit your punk asses at home, and then you're gonna binge watch my show that after this weekend no longer exists.
Yep.
Punisher don't exist no more. You can't even find it on Netflix now.
Because what's gonna happen is everyone is gonna wake up the next weekend, not going again the holiday weekend. No one is gonna binge fucking Punisher during the holiday weekend. Everyone would rather go out.
Punisher after Monday.
Exactly. Everyone is rather gonna go out.
No one cares about it.
Boom. Speaking of, this is actually the best segue because so the last topic that we're going to talk about on today's episode is comic books versus the movies, which is okay. This is a very, very important one. It's a very, very important one again because I'm in the community and there are people today in our community. When I say in our community, I'm talking about the comic book community, and it's a great thing that Lucas is on the show because he can bring that perspective of someone who's not in the community who goes to watch these movies and tell you guys that what I'm going to say to you might hurt. But the bottom line is, comic book fans, they don't make these movies for you.
But yeah, fuck all y'all.
You love the characters, and they only use the characters of something you love to make movies for everyone else. Think about the first X-Men movie. There's a friend of ours that will argue all day, every day, that they didn't get the characters right, but Fox is still putting out X-Men movies because you know what? Fox put out 3 Wolverine movies because he was the biggest character in all 3 in the first X-Men movies. Do you think at any point...
Go back further than that, Mo. Go back further than that.
Blade?
No. When you said that Wolverine was the biggest character in the X-Men movies, no, Wolverine was the biggest character from that animated series.
You're right. Exactly. You're right. Thank you very much, because they put that animated series out, and I was trying to tell my friend, our friend, that hey, he was like, in what episode do you think? I'm like, go back and watch that whole series again. Wolverine was a major character. He was the coolest character. Everyone wanted to dress up like Wolverine and or Gambit. So there were only 2 really big characters because no one really cared about Magneto or Professor X. They were just the names. It was Gambit. It was Wolverine.
A cripple and a guy who likes to play with metal.
Deadass. It was literally Wolverine and Gambit. Those were the major 2 characters. And I think Fox kind of undersold Gambit. That's why we're not going to get a Gambit till Channing Tatum next year. But we're still going to get a fucking Gambit. Look, the X-Men movies is the biggest... Matter of fact, you know what? Let me not talk about the X-Men. Let me talk about another movie that you guys love so much, that even Lucas loves so much. The Dark Knight series movies are not comic book movies. There's not a Batman in those movies that represents a Batman in the comic books. Now, hold on. They take inspiration from Frank Miller's Batman and Batman Year One, and they give you a crime drama that is nothing like it is in the comic books. They don't make comic book movies for us. We have to understand that. We have to understand that these characters, yes, Justice League made you feel like you were watching a cartoon. This is why a lot of, say, more mature critics and a lot of more mature reviewers are like, yeah, I have to shut off my brain to enjoy this. I just go in and it's colorful and there's fighting and that's all it is. It's silly to them. But the kids love it. You guys are going to go watch it because you love the characters. But you guys will come out after watching these movies and pick apart the characters and say, this is not how Thor is. This is not how Loki is. This is not how Batman is. They don't make these movies for you, fam. They don't make these movies for you, fam. Get it right. That's all I got to say on this. They don't make these movies for you. And nice Lucas is going to say, I'm being really nice, but I'm trying to put it in simple language. Okay.
Let Lucas trying to fully understand.
I warned you.
Fully understand it.
I warned you.
You know what the origin of Wolverine is? Hey, Mo, let me ask you a question, Mo.
Go ahead.
You know what the origin of Wolverine is?
Yes. He's a special force. He's there's a lot, but
let me stop you there.
Okay.
You know what the general public origin of Wolverine is?
Oh, Metal Claws?
The fucking first X-Men movie.
Oh yeah.
Once the first movie comes out, your precious little comic books mean absolutely nothing.
Goddamn nothing.
Fuck all your comic books, because that's the origin of the character. It's whatever movie he's in first comes out. So all of you people who complain, this character is nothing like the character in the comic books, fuck your comic books. Why would your comic books matter?
Matter of fact, let's
talk about movies.
Let me do you one better. Let me do you one better, Lucas. Do you know Iron Man, early Iron Man, is nothing like Robert Downey Jr.?
No. Iron Man is Robert Downey.
No. Let me correct you.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Once the movie comes out, that's the general perception of that character.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny?
It no longer matters in the comic books. So when you all say this character does not match this person in the comic books, or when I hear people say stuff like, "Oh, they made a real X-Men movie," are you stupid? Are you that stupid? It's a fucking movie.
Right.
That X-Men movie you got isn't a real X-Men movie, because that's the X-Men. Right. Your precious little comic books, because in all honesty, tenfold are going to see that movie, then they're going to read your comic.
None of them.
Lucas has never picked up a comic book, Buck Bubbles, and I'm not reading fucking comic books because I have an issue with comic books because I think comic books are for a certain age group. I'm going to say the age group I think it's for.
That's fair.
Because then it would offend a lot of people, and I'm not here to offend you. I'm here to give you the truth. Once these movies are made, once the movie goes into production, whatever product you get, that's that character from now on. Stop telling me that the character does not match the character in a fucking comic book.
Right.
Equivalent to me saying that when I read a book, those characters does not match the people in the book. No.
Okay, which is fair.
They're not made to be the exact same thing. So, when you take that character, and Marvel does it all the time, and it's very weird to me. You all don't acknowledge when Marvel do it.
No.
You acknowledge when
no, they
Fox
don't.
does it.
Yes.
You acknowledge
DC
Warner Brothers does it.
Yes.
But when
yes.
everybody else do it, when Marvel does it, you don't acknowledge
which
that
is so
Iron
weird.
Man, it's Robert Downey Jr.
You know, or maybe
Iron Man. Like, are you fucking crazy here?
You know what I think it is? You know what I think it is? Because
Thor,
what
it's not to throw in the comic books, but y'all not saying it to the extent that you didn't like it.
Yes.
That's what I get confused about that.
But you know, hold on. I have a thing about Marvel. Marvel does something with their comic books and their movies where they try to bring synergy. So with Robert Downey Jr. Once Robert Downey Jr. came and changed the face of Iron Man forever, everything in the medium has changed. Iron Man is now more like Robert Downey Jr. In the cartoons, he's more like Robert Downey Jr. Thor,
exactly,
Hulk.
Robert Downey Jr. in the cartoon.
Exactly. Yes. Thor and Hulk have become more playful. They're not as serious as they were, coming up, because the original, they've all been they've all changed. So Marvel does something where we give you comic books and we give you comic book characters to match what you're seeing on screen. Matter of fact, Marvel had an event called Civil War, and that came out, I think, a while ago. I'm not sure how long it came out, but then before Civil War, the movie came out, you know what Marvel did? They brought out another comic book called Civil War 2 just to create conflict in the comic books and expand those characters, because Captain Marvel is in Civil War 2. She's coming out in 2019, I think. So Marvel is telling you, look, Marvel is doing exactly what Lucas is saying. If you pick up an Iron Man comic book from 95, if you pick up an Iron Man comic book from 2010, because that's when Robert Downey Jr. kind of took the character over, 2008, 2010, they're two different characters. So Marvel is telling you, oh, we'll adapt. We'll tell our writers, our comic book writers, to adapt.
Marvel will course correct their comic books to match
their movies.
Other people are telling you, no,
you're
doing an interpretation of the character. Which you're not out here to try to make a fucking comic book into a movie.
Yep.
This shit don't work.
It doesn't work that way. They're not supposed to translate.
Don't make money when you do that.
Yeah. And
movies that make money, they actually are not comic book movies.
The Dark Knight series, the first couple X-Men
movies. Yeah. The first Avengers movie, not a comic book movie.
No, it wasn't.
Not even remotely close.
No, it wasn't.
And they played it like it wasn't one. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. Y'all don't understand that. I mean, either this or y'all are just so slow that y'all not getting. Remember, the character should not be exactly the way he's written in anything else.
Right.
For the screen.
It's so.
You attempt to do the shit you do in comic books and put it in the movie, the shit would fail miserably. What you do instead, you take pieces of the character you like, combine it with other pieces of character you like, and the public perception already of that character.
Boom.
Then you make a movie.
Boom.
Because I ain't the only one who thought that Thor in Thor 1 seemed a lot like Superman.
No, he was. They made him to be like
Superman. Amazingly, in Thor 3,
he
seemed a lot like Austin Powers.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
An interesting change, complete change tone of that character.
Yeah.
Same thing with Hulk.
Yep.
Like Hulk baby talks now. I don't read comic books. I don't know how many years Hulk has been baby talking.
No, he doesn't baby talk. He says.
I noticed.
No, he doesn't.
I noticed he started baby talking like he does in Thor Ragnarok. Around the same time, he started baby talking in that cartoon.
In the Avengers Assemble series, which is what I'm telling you. Marvel is smart about theirs. But you know what? You know what is funny about this? This is why
erases their history repeatedly.
Yes.
And you all don't see the shit.
And
They will change a character in a heartbeat to match what they do on the big screen.
But I'll tell you what, though, it's affecting. See, Marvel, I think, is because they're making so much money off the movies. They don't really care about those comic book lines because those sales are getting affected by the fact that those characters keep changing, and they're changing so drastically.
That's why we put comics versus the movies.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna give you another loose hot takes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, most community. Comic books no longer matter at all. Fuck all comic books. Oof. You really don't need them anymore. Oof. Once the movies got to a certain level, you don't need comic books anymore. That's a niche shit now. No one cares.
Yep. Unless you're like a really, really hardcore fan.
You wonder why the industry is at the level it is now? It's because no one cares.
True.
You notice, like, books did not go through that same novels. I'm sorry. I'm saying novels. Novels didn't go through the same transformation that comics were.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of odd because that proved what novels prove people still read. The issue with comics is that shit was always a niche, and when you started giving the younger generations movies instead, I need a comic book to read.
Yeah, the younger generation.
The need for comic book.
I mean, you have you have almost 8 of them coming out in 1 year. Yeah. They're not reading comic books like that.
Television shows.
Yep.
Movies.
I don't need to read a comic book anymore. Stuff out here.
I no longer need to pick up a comic book for anything.
You're right.
That's why someone who's been reading comic books' interpretation of Batman and someone who only knows Batman from what they've seen are always going to be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Their interpretation, that new generation's interpretation, is the interpretation of that character.
It's the correct interpretation.
Comic books no longer.
Yeah.
Comic book.
But I will say this though. I will say this. DC is doing, they're sticking to their laurels. Warner Brothers can do whatever they want to do on screen with those characters. DC said
Warner Brothers owns all of their stuff.
Yeah. And DC saying, no, we're gonna keep our shit. This is the reason why you don't see any X-Men TV shows or not TV shows, any X-Men animated shows. I mean, because we have Legion and The Gifted.
Yes.
This is why you don't see, there was a Spider-Man. They just brought out a new Spider-Man animated show on Disney XD. That's because Disney and Sony are kind of sharing rights. You're not going to see another Hulk
the television show is all of, but the television show is all Marvel rights.
Oh,
Marvel only did it. Marvel completely changed Spider-Man again.
Yes,
because they change Spider-Man every 2 years.
Oh, bruh.
So no one even cares anymore.
No,
Marvel changes their characters so
much.
Often.
Yeah, it's funny.
Notices how often these fucking characters change on Marvel.
It's funny because
DC characters are kind of always the same. Batman is always a dick.
Yep. Superman is always the golden boy, and to some kind
even on the New 52 movies, where Superman was a little harder, he was still a golden boy. He was still like the nice guy.
Yes, I loved the New 52 Superman.
Are you crazy?
I love them.
Comics. I don't know about him in comics. I only know him from the cartoon movies I see.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to read the comics.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, the movies don't stop at the live action shit you go pay for in the theaters. Once you start putting out DC animated stuff, Marvel animated stuff, that is also a part of the movie. So that is open to interpretation. Like Lucas said, if
DC has 3 different universes going on at the exact same time.
Boom. You have the DC.
They have a cartoon universe.
Yes.
They have the Arrowverse. And then they have their movie universe. At what point do you think anyone under the age of 13 has to?
No, you don't have to. Because if you're watching the Arrowverse, if you're watching the Arrowverse, you have an interpretation. You know why?
Because you're wrong.
No.
Still do read comic books. You're 100% right. I'm admitting that some people read comic books.
Yeah,
I read comic
books. Fuck it.
When we go to the number, if you polled people under 13 of how they know these characters,
yeah, you're right.
I'm going to guess under 20% are going to say about a comic.
Faithful with the comic books.
Over 80% are going to say from the medium of television and movies, that's how they know these characters.
Why do you think Gotham is doing so well? A lot of comic book purists,
comic book people
hate
who thought Gotham was going to fail after the second season. I mean, I ain't naming no names, but some of the people we're cool with who they won't admit this shit now. But Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out the same year.
And Gotham is doing better.
making arguments that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would outlast Gotham. Instead, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been moved time slot
to Friday.
Time slot because they don't know where to put it at because
nobody's
it's
watching.
Forcing ABC to show it because no one cares.
No one is watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I think
Gotham moved into a prime slot in television, and Fox moved them to a prime slot because people watch it.
Yep. Everyone
Agent
watches
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Gotham.
comes on 10 o'clock on Friday.
Shit. You know what?
On Friday night.
Who's home?
Who the fuck is watching?
Yeah, who's home 10 o'clock on Friday unless you have nothing.
They literally moved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. away from kids watching it.
Yep. Because they're not watching it.
It should be a show perfectly for kids. No one's watching it.
They're not watching it.
I'm sorry, people. But again,
fuck. And a show you don't like. A show you don't like. Again, we have another friend that has said Lucifer is nothing like he is in the comic books. Oh my god! But it's on season 3. 3 seasons. 22.
And it's higher. It pulls in a bigger rating than Gotham.
On Monday.
Like Lucifer's a highly rated show. Exactly. Lucifer's pulling in better ratings than anything on the CW. Dude, you're not talking about it. Like it's very weird.
And people you see that's the thing with these TV shows. Even why do you think a lot of comic book people hate either one version of Flash or I don't like Grant Gustin again because he doesn't fit your Flash on the comic books. Oh, Ezra Miller isn't my Flash. Ezra Miller is Flash from the Justice League cartoons, bro. Like if you watch the Justice League cartoons, they gave you that in Ezra Miller, and that's who you get.
When these fucking comic book people say, "Oh, he's much more like Wally West," I want to tell them so bad.
Who the fuck is Wally West? To a bunch of people.
Who the fuck? Wally West is black to me. Understand that first thing first. He's black to me. Okay? Other than that, I don't know who the fuck he is.
You know what's great, though? You know what's great? DC adjusted, especially with the Rebirth, they adjusted Wally West to be black because, again, like you said...
that's not good. That means you're making adjustments based off of a different medium.
Bruh.
You don't have to do that.
But
this is what I mean by fuck your comics. So what I mean by fuck your comics is when they start changing it, matching another medium, they're basically saying, fuck these comics.
Yeah. I mean, granted, they brought back the original Wally West, but they changed. They still have Black Wally West, and he's a very good character because again, it's something where you want to bring the people. Yeah, no,
comic books be around in 50.
If they're not,
I'm saying 50 for a reason. They're 50 for a reason. Any format. The format is not important.
Because right now, I don't even go to the comic book store to buy comic books. I think that's a hassle. I get my comic books online. I'm digital with mine.
This is why I asked what comic books be around. You can openly admit that the medium how we
it's changing because on television, honestly, movies. Yeah, if in 50 years we're gonna be watching a lot. We're gonna be watching a lot of these characters.
I'm not saying that doesn't mean that comic books won't be.
Well, no, they'll be around. It would just not be a useful medium anymore.
Exactly.
It'll be obsolete. I can agree with you on that.
It's equivalent to horse racing.
Mm-hmm.
Horse racing, 80, 100 years ago, horse racing was the number one sport in this country, and it did forever.
F1.
And they thought it would never go away.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went from the number one sport to like the number 10 sport.
Yeah.
And people not paying much attention to it except for once in a blue moon.
Core. Yeah, the big three races. Yeah.
I mean, once you start getting comic book companies owned by major studios,
Netflix with Miller World. I mean,
if Disney comes out and says, "Hey, we don't want you to produce any comics anymore. All those new characters you want to create, we want them on our streaming services."
Boom.
The comic books don't produce the money because at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah.
So if your comic books are not producing what they deem reasonable as a bottom line, and for all you people out here who's listening to me thinking, "Lucas, that'll never happen," hey, when you say the same thing about newspapers, are you not noticing how those are going away completely?
Yep.
What makes you think comic books are going to be any different?
Because now I think even the news itself is going away because if you're not, a lot of people get their news off Twitter or Facebook.
You don't need for stuff. Comic books is supposed to be a dead medium.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the appeal or respect.
Unless
novels.
No. With its core,
it appeals to a certain age group.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the age group that comics actually are supposed to appeal to the same age group
right now. Don't read it.
Make movies to appeal to them.
Yeah.
Instead of them having to read a book to get it.
You know what's funny about that? I'll say this.
Don't read books.
You know what's also really funny though? Comic-Con. That comic convention is not what it used to be, especially San Diego.
Comic-Con is a convention that shows television shows and movies.
Now, right? Can you imagine? It changed from being about the comic books and the culture to being about...
Are people not picking up that you will have an event named Comic-Con and the biggest news out of Comic-Con
is Hall H?
Television shows and movies?
Like, the biggest thing that happened at Comic-Con this year was Hall H. Like, the biggest thing that happened at Comic-Con last year was Hall H. Like, no one is really talking about the comic books anymore that come out because they're good titles that come out from Comic-Con.
The comic books don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And it's not them that people are there and people are going to Comic-Con for. They're going to Comic-Con for
the media.
Television shows.
Yeah.
Movies.
So it's amazing.
Does Comic-Con have Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
I don't know, because it's the biggest television show out right now.
Is there a Game of Thrones comic book?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a novel that they've taken and integrated into their... Yeah. That's a good place to end this, Mo.
Yeah, that is a good place.
Let people think about that. Let them think about that for a minute.
Lucas just dropped a hot one on you. They took Game of Thrones. Matter of fact, American Gods was at Comic-Con, and American Gods is a Neil Gaiman book. I'll give you that. But there is a comic book by Dark Horse.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Ooh, you know what's funny though? Your Dark Tower books, they're comic books. There's a whole comic series on it.
The comic series of the Dark Tower came out well after the books.
Yeah. I know. They're trying to appeal. They're trying to move that.
And most people who read the books disregard the comic books completely.
Yep. This is true.
Comic books are stupid.
Don't say that.
No. I said yes. Dark Tower comic books are stupid.
Oh, okay. I haven't read them. I just know they're out there, but I've never.
I'm not talking about comics in general.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying comics in general, but the comic books for the Dark Tower series are stupid.
Yeah, but Lucas, one more time, drop that Game of Thrones nugget on them, so we can end the show.
It's just weird to me. Game of Thrones is a book. It's a book series.
Yep.
Not comic book series, but book series.
Book series is not done.
You give them a book series that's not done and it's based on and has a television show, and you put it somewhere named Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are y'all ever gonna get to the point where Comic-Con only does comic books?
I think that's how it started.
Because 2 years away. 2 years. Here's the warning again. Warning, shots fired. I'm out. 2 years away from Comic-Con turning into the Sundance Festival. Everything it used to be no longer exists. They will all be taken over by Hollywood. They will promote television shows, movies, and eventually push any talk about comic books away.
Okay, folks.
If you don't think that's going to happen, again, get on the rest of your festival.
Okay, folks, this is where I'm going to end the show. I'm going to give you guys that to mull on. Down in the comment section, let us know. Comic books versus movies. Is Lucas right? I tried to defend this as much as possible, but I'm also seeing this from Lucas's point. I will still continue to read my comic books. Will you continue to read your comic books? Let us know down in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about Netflix and the downfall. Let us know what you think about Jerry Jones if you give a shit about that. Also, don't forget to follow Lucas on Draw 4 the podcast. Go listen to the 3 podcasts that he dropped. He drops more shows. He's dropped more shows on the Draw 4 than I think they've done in the last couple months. Just think about that. Also don't forget to check out our partners at JVS, 3 Black Geeks. Well, I just mentioned Draw 4, but JVS, 3 Black Geeks, those are our partners. It's been your boy Mo Crosby and Lucas. This has been Lucas and Mo versus the world. These topics are really important. I hope you guys really enjoyed the show. Let us know if you loved it. Check Earth 2 out on earth2cc.com. We're still going to come back next week with all our stuff that we do. Star Trek. Wow, Star Trek is a Comic-Con? Anyways, thank you very much for listening. It's been your boy Mo Crosby. Peace.